So you finished your mix for lab 2. You have the levels and the pans where you want them to be. Now you need to bounce them out. I will show you that. I will share my screen. So I'm happy with that, so I'm going to highlight all of these and I'm going to bounce them out. So I can do File, Bounce to Disk, and there are some file formats that are needed for this particular lab. One is 44 16-bit, one is 44 8-bit, one is 11.025 kilohertz in 16-bit, and then three MP3 formats, 320, 128, and 64. Okay, I'm going to start with 44 16-bit, and then I'm going to bounce it out. And then I'm going to bounce another one. So Command Option B is the quick key for bounce. Okay, so it won't let you do the 8-bit one here, but it will let you do the 11.025 kilohertz here. It's in 16-bit. Okay, so I am going to label this 11.025 kilohertz. And I'm going to bounce that out. If we check this offline, it bounces it faster than real time. If it's not checked, it'll play out in real time. Okay, so there's two of our options done through Pro Tools. Now we need to do the MP3s. Again, Command Option B is the quick key. All right, so I'm going to put this back to 44 116, but I'm going to change this to MP3. Okay, so we have interleaved, and the first one I'm going to do is 320. And I'm going to bounce that. It's going to bring me to the MP3 window, and it brings me here, and I'm going to select 320 as our first option. It has some other fields for metadata, so I'm just going to fill this in as unknown. Album, we'll call this Lab 2. And generally, I like to put the engineer here. Actually, I will put the mix engineer since I did not track it. And the genre type, I'll just put rock. Okay, and then we go bounce. And then we have a couple more MP3 formats. Command Option B. And we are going to do this one at 128. Hit this. Select 128 here. Bounce that out. Okay, and one final one. Command Option B. MP3 interleaved. We are doing 64. Bounce that out. Now the final one on the requirements is 44.18-bit. Pro Tools will not allow us to do that, so I am going to switch to Media Encoder. Okay, so this is Media Encoder, and just very simply we can drag and drop that file into this window. Okay, so right now it says 48 16-bit. We want to change that. So what we do is we double click on it and we bring up the export window, This will allow us to change file format. So if you wanted to convert your other files in here, you could do so. Okay. The output name is lab 2-1. We're going to change that to 8-bit. Okay. And then if you expand this window out, you see our sample rate options, which we're going to change to 44.1. And we are going to change our bitrate settings to 8-bit. And then we'll hit OK. And then when we could do multiple files at once. Again, if you don't want to convert them in Pro Tools, you can convert them here as well. When you have set all of your files to the formats you want them to be in, you hit the play button and it will export.